Sasa Dinda,
Poa.
hebu tuambie unaenda kazi Monday ya favor?
Tumepatana leo na yeye Tao na demu mwingine
Mhm.
tukaongea, so tunaanza job Monday.
Mhm. Ilikuwa
Tao
interview?
amesema ilikuwa interview, alafu pia amesema hao wengine amesha meet na wao, so leo ndio alikuwa na meet na sisi.
Okay. Mmeenda kwa Wine and Spirit ama mmekutana wapi?
Hapana, mimi ninaenda yenye iko Kitengela, so huyo mwingine ndo anaenda yenye iko Tao.
Oh,
Kuna
okay.
nilikuwa
Okay.
mbili.
Kweli. Wapi, congrats guys. Amazing.
Eh,
Umejua mahali iko yenye iko Kitengela? Umejua mahali iko?
amesema on Monday tukifika Kitengela tumcall.
Okay. Good job. Unafeel aje?
Na feel poa aki.
Umetafuta job for how long?
Okay, kwa hii live yako nimejoin like 2 weeks ago. Unaona nimepata.
Eish, mrembo. Hata hujatamak hapa kwetu. Hata hujakam.
Hapana. Hapana.
Okay.
Na
Kwani
amesema
unakaaje
atakuwa
mpaka
anatupea
Dinda? Sorry, tumesema nini?
Amesema atakuwa anatupea hadi fare.
Oh wow. I'm so happy for you. Yake kuna watu wamekampa hapa 2 years. Wewe umekampa hapa 2 weeks na umeenda. We are not complaining. We are so happy for you, by the way. We are so happy for you.
Wasikufe moyo.
Wasikufe moyo. Hebu waambie kitu. Wagusie kitu.
Okay, siku ya mtu kifika, imefika. So wasikufe moyo. Waombe tu, God akisema yes, hakuna wakupinga.
Yes.
Na mimi nimetafuta for long, nimetafuta almost a year job. So ilikuwa tu time yangu.
Haki ni kweli. Ilikuwa time yako. God akupatie favor hapo, yani ufanye job vizuri.
So nataka kusema asante juu kama si wewe maybe singepata.
Karibu.
Alafu pia niambia wengine wajipe moyo. Siku yao itafika.
I'm so happy for you. Waambie kitu kingine moja. Kitu kingine moja utawaambia ni gani?
Okay, Nyawira anakuanga mtu. Na anafanyanga job legit. Hata mimi I was worried, but when tumemeet tukaongea nikaona it's true.
The favor. I thank God. Aki, asante sana, and we wish you the very best. Hata favor namuona ako kwa comment asema sasa. Tunamuona kwa comment section. So we wish you the very best. Enda ufanyie job na roho moja. Jitume kabisa, si ndio?
Kai hata nauliza Monday itafika lini?
Yes, useme hivyo Jimdosi ameingia. Ati hamsemi mlikula lunch.
Tumesema.
Aki, enda ufanye job. We wish you the very, very best. Thank you for letting me know. Sitasahau.
Okay, hata mimi sitasahau. Siku moja ndarudi ni kuthank, kubai hata kasoda ama kawaini.
Any day. Hebu rudia tena.
Nikubai kasoda ama kawaini. Siwezi sahau, by the way.
Sawa. Asante. And we wish you the very best.
Okay,
all right.
thank you.
Karibu mama, karibu.
Okay, good night.
Yay, mmesikiaje? Jioni njema Dinda. Yeah, so it's possible. Favor, thank you so much. Thank you, Nyai, for the grace and good people you sent to me. And indeed, I believe they can work. Aki, they will. They better. Favor, they better work. Yani, they better work. Kupata kazi si rahisi. Some of them have been trying to find jobs for a while and they are super, super grateful. So please, please, thank you so much. If you have any other opportunities, feel free to share them with us. Feel free to share them with us. If you have any, let me know. All right. I see so many requests on my end. Friday for me inakuaga Q&A. When you say Q&A inamaanisha you can come in and say something on a Friday. So I know I'm supposed to share jobs. I have Dr. Eubert, nimempatia invite. So Esther Quintel, what do you want to tell us? How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
You're fine. You're so fine.
I was asking if there is any vacancy in Nakuru front
In
office.
Nakuru.
Then front office.
All right. So you're here for a job opportunity?
Yes.
All right. I'll be sharing job opportunities tomorrow morning, as well as now. Just stick around for some.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. How long have you been here?
I've been before for so long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Stick around. I'm very sure you'll be able to get something in Nakuru sooner than you know. But if you're looking for a sales position in Nakuru, I have one. Can you do sales,
No,
business
I've done
development?
front office.
Mostly. Okay. So when you have such an opportunity, then of course you'll get it.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you.
Lemon slice, Sasa? Lemon slice? Hi.
Hi,
Juzi ulienda interview. Kulienda vipi?
Guy, unakumbuka?
Yeah. I called the HR nikamwambia lazima kupatia interview prep.
Yeah. Naanza Monday.
Yeah?
Sikuwa hired on the spot, lakini they called the next day wakaniambia I got the job.
Uongo. Sikia mimi nasema ati uongo baadaye niseme thank God.
Yeah, hata mimi that was my reaction.
Ile uongo? Oh wow.
Yeah. Lakini niko nervous.
Kwa nini uko nervous?
Hey, your job description.
What about it? It's a lot for you?
Not a lot for me. Si any can't handle, lakini inanipea tu anxiety.
Unajaribu kuniambia umepata kazi fiti? Is that what
Hey,
you're trying to tell me? Yeah? Okay. Na mfuko ikoje?
Ngori, hata siamini.
Yeah. Okay.
See the money unaweza expect. Considering ni the first job nimepata ya that kind.
Oh. Like hauna experience within that field, lakini umepata hiyo job. Yeah.
Sorry. Niko nayo but ni a very short time.
Oh, okay. Ni favor ya God.
Yeah, I know.
Ilikuwa siku yako.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I am so happy for you. So hiyo interview prep bila ulisukuma ni kama ulikuwa na feeling, eh? Yes. Oh, wow. What would you like to tell the rest?
Hey, I'd like to tell you, Aki, just be confident. Ukiitwa hizo ma interviews, just sell yourself kabisa. Usiogope kuwa show what you can do. Yeah, like inaitwa kushort sell yourself. Wewe jichoche
kabisa.
Ile kitu tulikuwa tunaambiwa tukiwa primary school, sijui be confident. Aki, ukweli, be confident. Juu mimi sikuwa na experience kubwa. Yeah, nilikuwa na
ulipata job
less than 1 year.
Oh.
Na hata hiyo experience specific to that role ni just something relevant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But confidence. Mimi, I was really confident, and then they called me the next day. Wakaniambia I got the job. Wakanitumia hiyo JD, alafu wakaniambia hizo papers za nini, hiyo contract ya employment. Hizo employment papers tu nitasign on Monday nikiingia.
All the best, mama.
Thank
Acha
you.
Mungu aitwe Mungu.
Man.
Hata kama ulipushiwa interview prep,
Yeah.
yani you deserved it. Ni kama ulikuwa na feeling. I hope ilikusaidia.
Sana.
Mliongea na HR hiyo siku how much time?
I think 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But then ni poa alini prepare because I was so nervous hiyo time akini prep.
Na by the time you're done, I hope ulikuwa calm down, ulikuwa comfortable.
Yeah.
All right.
So by the time nilikuwa naingia interview nilikuwa na like a picture of everything. Yeah, na pia the interviewer was kind enough. Alikuwa graceful pia. So I think pia hiyo it played a part.
I love that.
So pray
I
pia.
love that.
Just pray upate pia good people.
Yes.
When hawayuko there kushine. Mwenye ako tu kutafuta someone for that job. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm so thankful. Thank you for letting me know. I thank God for you. Na nakuwish the very best and ufanye hiyo job na roho moja.
Yeah.
Go learn. Anytime ukisikia uvivu wa kuamka asubuhi, kumbuka vile ulikuwa unaamka bila job.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Kaenda job. Kaenda job. Sindio? Yes. Kumbuka pia unaweza grow. Unaweza grow kwa hiyo kampuni. Sindio? Si lazima utoke nje ndio upate kazi nyingine. Si lazima. Ukipata opportunity, kimbia nayo. Sindio?
Yeah.
Kimbia nayo. I know you'll do well.
Yeah.
All right. All the best. Ambia watu ya mwisho. Last thing unataka kuambia watu ni nini?
You guys pray about everything. Imagine kama any of you mwenye ako hapa who ana believe in God. Just keep believing. Who ina work for real. Who anasikia, I swear. Any of you believe in God.
Sorry?
If kama anyone mwenye anasikiza ana believing in God, just keep doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Lemon Slice, and we wish you the very best. Feel free to chat me, but I have your number. I'll chat you. Yes, one last thing.
One last thing. Nyinyi wase, ukiwaipata job, uambie nyawe aku prep. Yeah.
Ili
Tell her
kujenga.
to prep you.
Ili kujenga.
Ili nijenga.
Oh, and yours was last minute.
Yes.
I think an hour to the interview. I'm so happy for you.
It was like, tulikuwa already into the hour.
Oh, your interview. Ilikuwa yako.
Anyway,
Ikifika time yako imefika. Thank you. All right, Lemon Slice. Let's catch up on the text.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm so happy. Wewe ni wangapi leo? Are you guys counting? Hiyo namba ngapi nikiwaambia tuko highest employment season? Wewe ni wangapi? Niwabaie soda juu nimeshinda hapa na mpati. Wewe ni wangapi wa kazi leo? Imagine na bado one day. Na kuna bado watu hawajafika kusema. It's possible. Aya, hi Kabi. Is it Kabslin? How are you? Toa mute. Kabla nifike kwa Eubert.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yes, tuambie. What do you want to tell us?
Okay, Nyawe, for me, I've been following you for long. Now, I'm here for a job hunt. Lakini nimekuwa sijakuwa job since hii mwaka ya. Yeah.
Okay.
So kindly if you I have an experience with call center, nimefanya na ISON. Na okay, my last job was nilikuwa nafanya na Achivo as a front end controller. So
Okay.
so if you get an opportunity, kindly connect me. Then
Where are you
nilikuwa
based?
I mean I'm at Rungata Rungai.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Lastly,
Okay, lastly, thanks a lot for encouragement because mimi alafu for lemon slice encourage sana. That thing of pray hard for what you want.
mm,
I
mm,
think there's a time I was giving up. Then I came across a video of yours saying that
mm,
that time when you're giving up, that's when God is doing something for you. So I
yes.
believe,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not giving up.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And then I want you to
Mm-hmm.
add manifest. Manifest for what you want,
Okay.
and you will get it. Add that. Just pray to
Okay.
God and tell Him exactly what you want, and do not limit yourself. Ask
Okay.
Him for
Thanks.
anything, and He will give you that. Sindio?
Thanks.
All right, share with me your CV. Let me have a look at it. Alafu
Okay.
nikumbushe, then you can text me like a normal
Okay.
text on my
Okay.
number.
Okay.
All
Thanks.
right. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye and good night. Oh, stick around, of course.
I am. Yeah.
All right. Dr. Hubert, good evening. How are you?
I'm okay. How's everyone?
Tuko salama kabisa. Dr. Hubert, what do you want to talk about tonight?
Tonight we have a lot of things to catch up in terms of how to that email. How do you create the email that is go out when you're applying for the job, and in what sequence? Because not we do the wrong way in terms of how do we attach documents. Attaching documents is should be the way you are hand delivering. Sorry, I know some of us we might not have done that aspect of delivering our CV and our applications for a job physically to an office. There's a sequence which how you like document your like put your documents in terms of either the CV, the cover letter, the certificates, and whatever. How do you put them on your
Yeah.
attachment?
Okay.
The other aspect is also we'll look at is in terms of to differentiate because you find an institution maybe it has told you to send a statement of purpose, a motivational letter. What are because those things mean different things in terms of application, and the new trend. Why should I ask you to send me uh, a video, an interview video? Like send me an interview video. This is the job description. You're fit for purpose for this job. You qualify for this job. Send
Yes.
me a short video for that. So we'll catch up on that and be able to see what are some of the discussions that we can be able to pick up. Thank you.
Good one. Good one. All right. Doc ako ready.
I think I
Nyinyi ndio
could
sijui kama
catch up
mko.
with you on the same. Yeah.
Okay. Doc ako ready. Sijui kama nyinyi mko tayari. So you need to tap, share the live with a few people. Tukiendelea. Just before Daktari take over. Sixth, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Tuko salama kabisa.
Glad to see you.
Same here.
Yeah, it's been a while since I joined your live. Yeah,
Yes.
a lot has been happening. I hear people sharing good messages. Oh, I got a job. I'm so happy for them.
Yes.
I'm so happy for them, and that's some good feedback. When you
Yes.
get positive feedback, regardless of the state, whether it's positive or negative, at least are you impacting people's lives out there? Someone tried and you encouraged them and they did it and they found it. So that's quite something. That's really, really cool. And I think this year is a year for, people winning and people getting themselves out there and trying new stuff. I'm so proud of the girl who just said that she got the job and she was scared of applying for the job, and you prepped her and she got that job, and she's nervous about the job. I mean,
Yeah.
someone once told me that do it even when you're scared. Just do it. Yeah, and I know she's gonna learn on the job and she's gonna be great. Most
Yes.
definitely. I also found a job
Okay.
after yeah, this month.
Okay.
I also got a new job this month. This is my first month with the company. And now this is the interesting part. I was getting that job after 1 year and 1 year, 3 months of not having a job, of just doing my things. 1 year, 3 months of rejecting job offers from different companies because, I knew my worth. Remember the last live we had, I was telling people to know your worth. Don't be too
Yes.
desperate. Yeah. Finally found
Wow.
something that
Yes.
and something that is, something worth smiling home about. And it's growth. It's huge growth. I mean, guess who's the head of production in a company right now? So
Hey. Okay.
yeah. So for me,
Oh,
that is I thank God for it. I thank God for it. And I just want to
yes.
encourage people out there, know your worth. Hata kama njaa inakutandika, it's good to have a salary, but what about your career growth? Are you growing? Are you growing career? What are you adding on your CV? It's
Yes.
really important to know that. Yeah. But
Oh, wow.
it also depends on your persistence and how much unaweza vumilia. We are created
Yes.
differently. Yeah. So I'm glad to even have met you, to even have contributed in your life before. And yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say. And I want just to encourage people out there who are still looking for jobs. There are jobs out there. You will find one. Don't settle for less. Know your worth and take risks. That girl took a risk
Yes.
and she has a job now. She took a risk. Anajua hii kitu asielewi vizuri, watu wacha ni apply. I will learn on the job.
Yes.
I'm so proud
Oh,
of her,
wow.
to be honest. So proud of her. Genuinely proud of her.
Oh, wow. And we're so proud of you, Bana.
Thank you. Thank you. Means a
Oh,
lot.
wow. Ish, we should catch up.
We will. We really
We
should. We
should.
really should.
If you
Yeah,
can drop me a text right after this, I would appreciate.
definitely I will.
Amazing. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Tell people one last thing.
One last thing.
Yes. I
Seasons
also
are
have a
different.
request. Sorry, I
Yeah.
also have a request when you're done. I also have a request. Or can I say it now so that you just conclude on it? I know you're in the digital field, and I know you can help me by impacting a few people within the digital world. If you'd be in a position to maybe mentor one or two, or even internship, in any way, I would be in for it. I know it's quite early, maybe, but if you can help me with that, I would really appreciate.
Okay. Sawa, it's okay. We'll talk about it, right? Okay. We'll talk about it probably on a phone call or a WhatsApp call, whatever that will work.
Yes.
You told me to say something.
Yes.
Okay. I hope I'm in the right capacity to say this, but here it is, yeah? Here it is. To the people who are looking for jobs out there. Probably you were declared redundant and you lost your job because the company was resizing, or probably you are just done with college and you're trying to get into the employment world, or probably you just left employment and you're trying to do business and trying to open up your farm and all that kind of stuff. This is my word for you. There's a first day for everyone.
Yes.
When you try it and you fail, you did not fail. You didn't
Yes.
fail. You learned something. Those snippets that you learn, let them propel you to the next level. Let them teach you how to to maneuver around. Yeah, don't look at yourself as a failure. Don't feel bad that you don't have a job, or rather you don't have a salary and all that kind of stuff. There are different seasons. There are seasons of lacking, there are seasons of finding. Yeah, and when you find it, before you play around with your job, remember the days that you lacked. Let them inspire you. Let them always inspire you, and work even harder. The sky is not the limit. The sky is never the limit. Aim at the galaxy. Aim at the galaxy and conquer the whole universe, because you can. Let nobody tell you that you can't. Hata kama wewe umetoka college and you feel like usikuwe na vision ndogo, kuwa na vision kubwa. Kuwa na vision kubwa, so that at least when you aim at the galaxy, uli land kwa stars. At least uliona hizo stars. Unaget? That is what I always tell people. Usiogope kujaribu. Keep trying. Keep pushing. I'll tell you for a fact, since January 2023, I lost my job in January 2023. And since then, fast forward January 2024, I still didn't have a job. And within that period of 12 months, I applied to almost 46 jobs. I was called for an interview for 25. The rest rejected me, didn't even reply or whatever. All these 25 jobs, most of them rejected me. Most of them I rejected. Only one accepted me, and I accepted that. Because there's a difference between you being accepted and you accepting them. Don't just be someone who's being accepted. Also accept them. If you feel like you don't want to accept them, don't accept them.
You don't have to.
You don't have to accept it if it's a raw deal. So that is what, and it's a very harsh principle that you really have to have a strong heart to keep on. I slept in my house for 1 year, hoping that I'll get something that I will do, wake up every day inspired, and I love doing. And I finally got it this year. So, in fact, this month. So, don't just settle for anything. It's one thing to settle for something, but it's one thing to accept something that also accepts you.
Yes.
That's all I can say for now.
Esh, Brudi, Amisha.
Come on.
Hi. Accept what accepts you.
Yes.
Is that what you said? I hope it was something near that.
True.
Oh, wow. That was a banger. Whatever you said last was the banger. Oh, wow.
Don't settle for less. Nobody deserves to settle for less. I keep on telling my friends this. Don't settle for less. Usiende job juko disparate. I know times are tough and all that, but kaushajijua, unajua whatever you bring on the table, please just know that job has to meet you. It has to meet you halfway. Kama unaleta hii on the table, it has to meet you halfway. Isikuwa unaleta 70% na unaleta 30%. I make sense.
Yes.
I make sense. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
May God open doors for you guys, man. I believe in you guys. May God just open doors for you. Everybody deserves to be in their places of work. The environment they work in, is it toxic? If it's not toxic, you deserve it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I wish you the very best. And I can't wait to catch up on the texts after this.
We will, most def.
Asante sana. And stick around.
Sawa.
All right, bye-bye. Mmesikiaje? Aya, hiyo ni kazi ya ngapi? You still counting? Mnahesabu ama bado? Alafu unaniambia Nyawira hakuna kazi Kenya, Nyawira tupati kazi, Nyawira tuna lose hope. 1 year, 2 weeks, months, Yes, and there's so many people who did not come to say nimepata job. Imagine. So it's possible. It's possible, lakini lazima uache ku give up. Number 2, jobs are in the neighborhood. Yes, they are. What's important is, you're here today, and you have Dr. Eubert, and he's ready to train you. So get ready. Ask all the questions you have. Get to ask him after this. While he's still, I think I've realized that Dr. Eubert is comfortable with responding to questions while still at it. So feel free. Is that okay with you, Dr. Eubert? Can they ask questions when you're still doing the presentation or right after?
Any, as we proceed on, there's no problem at all. There's someone who had mentioned something about the IT. I think she's Doris. Doris, remember you were sending messages on my TikTok, the issue we had, we flouted the rules of TikTok by sharing emails, complete of emails and complete writing of phone numbers on the inbox, the DM. So they locked my DM for the next, I think, a month or two, something. So I think by end of this month or end of next month, they should be able to open it out. So, but I gave out my phone numbers sometimes. If you have send me a message, just send out another WhatsApp, and then I'll pick it up from there. For what the sister said, accept a job that you accept a job that accepts you, because it means like you will do the job and be for. If you accept the job that does not accept you, it means you're going just for the sake of. But now, what will be your long-term goals in that job? So it's so that it's something that work yourself. You start feeling drained, constrained. The mental brain drain. You'll also having a lot of brain drain. So those are some of the things that you really need to look at. So we are not there for today. Today we want to look at it. The key things is in terms of how do you put that email for a job application. And I believe, I hope there are not so many new people here who don't know me. So, introduction, because I see quite a number of people there that but for the purpose of those who don't know me, my name is Eubert Espira. Eubert. I'm Kenyan, but I don't stay in Kenya. I stay in Senegal, Dakar. I'm in charge of 7 out 10 countries, managing some programs on this region and some in East Africa. So I've worked with quite a number of institutions, from multi-donor institutions, World Bank, DFID, FCDO, the UN, different UN agencies, and about universities. So, how do you draft an email for job application? One of the key things that you need to look at an email for job application is, what is the job description? What does that job description entail? Yeah, because this email needs to clearly highlight all to you are. It's a summary, a snapshot of who you are, the skills, the soft skills, and the technical skills for that specific position. And time we tend to miss that aspect of that, of writing that, because we tend to leave out a lot of information very critical for that position. It's very critical for that position, and we leave it. We create gaps in that email, because before someone goes into the details of your curriculum vitae, your CV, they need to be able to see it. And on this aspect, I decided to use myself as an example. And how am I going to use myself as an example? I've drafted a letter, an email that I'm applying for a job. My institution has put up job as a research officer. I'm applying for that, the research officer position. And I want you to listen carefully how that email will be structured. Because I'm writing that email to express interest in that. The subject, some of those requests or job adverts that are outside there, tell you in the subject line, just write the position, and if there's a job number given, they'll that job number in the subject. At times they'll tell you if those are looking for research officers for different countries or different, they will tell you to be specific on the county or the country. So all those comes into your subject because it will clearly state where you're applying the position and which location. If it's a multi-country or a multi-county, you need to be that specific. So listen carefully to this application. I'm applying for a position, my subject, application for research officer, African and Health Research Center. Dear sir, you can either use dear sir or dear madam. You don't need to use both. I know that people at times who write dear sir, madam. Choose one, dear sir or dear madam. Press my interest in the research officer position at the African Population and Health Research Center as advertised, comma, and be very careful with your grammar. With a deep commitment to driving positive change in Africa and a strong academic background in tropical medicine, monitoring and evaluation, and analytical sciences, I am excited about the opportunity to contribute to APHRC mission conducting high-level scientific research to address critical issues affecting African population. African Population and Health Research Center's dedication to using reliable data analyzed by experienced African researchers to inform policy and drive continental development aligns perfectly with my professional aspirations. I am impressed by the organization's focus on areas such as health, aging, urbanization, and overall well-being, which are crucial for the advancement of African societies. It shows you understand the institution itself because you have done research on the institution. The responsibilities outlined in the job description resonate my skills and experiences, and I am confident in my ability to contribute effectively to APHRC's and throughout my career, I have demonstrated a strong ability to manage research projects, liaise with stakeholders, and to achieve project objectives. With that, my experiences include you write down all the experiences that you have because these experiences the job is. What are your key areas of that advert? Contributing, these are my experience, contributing to overall management, collaborating with monitoring and evaluation and learning managers to document project milestones, conducting comprehensive literature, coordinating field surveys and ensuring data quality through rigorous vision and monitoring, and communities to mobilize support, translating project documents, prepare comprehensive activity and project reports, demonstrating a proficiency in quantitative analysis using Stata R software with experience in both qualitative and quantitative research methodologies. My qualifications include A master, you start with the highest. Okay? You start with the highest education qualification that you have. My qualifications include a PhD in medicine, specializing in epidemiology, Masters of Public Health, specializing in biostatistics. I have a Masters of Science in pharmacomics, and over 50 professional experience in research environment. I have a proven track record of successful coordinating country research projects and working in multicultural settings, particularly in French-speaking West Africa. I am excited about the prospect of joining FHRC dynamic team contributing to its impactful research initiatives. I am confident that my skills, experiences, and dedication to evidence-based will enable me to make meaningful contributions to FHRC's mission. I have attached my CV and cover letter for your review. Thank you for considering my application. I am available for an interview at your earliest convenience and can be reached at and email address. Thank you for your time and consideration. Yours sincerely or warm regards, Eubert Espira. You have to include your academic qualifications in your email. Remember, that is a summary of everything that you have done.
Yeah.
That is a summary. That is a summary. This idea of writing a one-liner email, you write the subject application for a research officer position. Then you go to the body of the email. Dear sir, in accordance to your advertisement, I'm writing to apply for the position of a research officer at your institution. Kindly find the attached CV and cover letter. That is an email. The body of your email needs to be comprehensive. It means to show you understand, because the body of your email is that now you put your introduction, you're applying for that job, okay? You put the introduction that you're applying. I'm writing to express my interest because that's your interest for the job. You come up about the institution, you show the responsibility that have been outlined in that job description, which match with your okay. You mention in one paragraph your qualifications, your academic qualifications, and your track record that are in line with those, the job description, then close down. So that it comes into the email that you're sending out for the job application. Yes, Nava Carol, you include that in your application that the body of your email, it must contain that. It must contain that. It must contain that. It must contain that. Sorry, is it my internet? Because someone saying my internet, they're losing some of the words.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's okay. It's okay. I don't want you to disconnect because we may have a major challenge. We are able to get most of what you're saying.
Thank you. So, yeah, so that is basically what you need to do comes to that email. I know people are asking about quite a number of the cover letter. We'll come back to the cover letter, what you have to entail in that cover letter, because the key challenge now on the how to include, how to incorporate that. So the email should be somehow a component of your CV, and you understand, show you understand the institution where you're applying the job, show that you understand the job description of the job, and to show them within that specify for that job. And the job qualification for that job, you find some of the jobs they'll say they are looking for a form 4 certificate. They're looking for just a normal certificate course that you have done, or they're looking for you need to in a snippet show that, because in this person reads that email, maybe they're just reading that email to shortlist. Some individual, they use an AI program to do a shortlisting. And if that body of the email has those details, the AI program picks those details from the email and you are shortlisted for the next stage. So you'll tend to find those are some of the key things that we always miss out on. So we need to ensure that are included. Any questions still there? Okay. Now, when you're writing these, remember one thing. The job description or the advertisement, it has clear instructions. Some will say, attach a cover letter. Some will say, attach your CV, attach your certificates, or recommendation letters. Now, when that, how should your cover letter be structured? Which ones come first? Because all these documents needs to be attached in a certain format before going into like the main the details of the will come first. For the purpose of just there's a resume or the CV, there's a certificates and the recommendation letters. In what sequence should you attach those letters or those documents? On what sequence? Who knows? Who knows? In what sequence? In what sequence?
Anybody?
In what
Anybody
sequence
type?
documents should come in? In what sequence? You have been asked to attach recommendation letter, your certificates, your CV, your cover letter. In what sequence? In which sequence should those come in first? Says the cover letter, CV, then academic testimonials, cover letter, CV, certificate, cover letter, CV, certificate, and then recommendation. Yeah. That is good. That's very good. Now, the key thing we need always to do is to ensure that when you are doing your of the documents, the cover letter has to be the first document to be attached, because the cover letter introduces you to the hiring manager opportunity to highlight your qualifications, experiences, and interest in the position. Because that's the tone for your application.
Yeah.
That one has to be the first. Then it will be followed by your or the cover or the curriculum vitae. Your CV provides a detailed overview of your education, it will provide your skills, achievements, and the relevant qualifications. Okay? And it should complete the information provided in your cover letter. So don't give a different info in your cover letter that in your resume or your curriculum vitae. It should comment information. Okay? And showcase your suitability for that position. Then the certificate. All the academic certificates or qualifications are relevant to that job, to the job, should be attached. Because we're looking at the degrees, diplomas, certifications, or other relevant skills. And ensure documents that are directly relevant to that position, they are attached. Yes, King, come that the difference between cover letter and the application letter. There is a cover letter and application letter is just the same. So there's no much difference. There's a difference between the cover letter, statement of purpose, and a motivational letter. Then the recommendation letters comes. Most of it won't be fully mandated to do the recommendation letters, because some of them comes after, or they will tell you include 3 or 2 referees in your CV. So those referees will be contacted by the hiring institution for them to send a commendation letter to the institution directly. Okay? So by doing that, it enables you to have an orderly, it shows you are organized. You know, at times we are not very organized in terms of how we present ourselves. So when those documents are clearly done in a certain manner, it shows that you organize, like there's that presentation of an organized individual mentality that goes like what you portray, how you brand yourself. How many referees should one write? Some of the positions, some of the hiring institutions will tell you we need 2 referees, 3 referees, 4 referees. But the one and the highest number I've gotten is 3. Unless one of did not give a correct, they didn't feel that information the other referee did not provide, one, it wasn't up to the standard, then they can ask you to substitute, or if there's another person in that regard. So when we are talking about the cover letters, statement of purpose, a motivational letter, these are documents that are used in different contexts, different job applications, academic admissions, scholarships, or grants. While we need to also to acknowledge the fact that all those documents serve a similar purpose of introducing you as the applicant to that job that you're applying for. Because the main purpose is just to introduce yourself and you expressing the interest. It allows the hiring to have the distinct differences in terms of who is presenting the case to them. And these documents that have the distinct differences in terms of the content in those documents, like letters, the format is different, and also the context in which they are used is different. When we dive into a cover letter, what is the content of the cover letter? And what is its purpose? Let's start with the purpose. What is the purpose of a cover letter? It's used when applying for a job or applying for an internship. Because it introduces you as the applicant to your employer. Highlights key qualifications that you have and experiences that are relevant, and explains why the applicant, why am I applying, or why am I interested in the job? What kind of information should I put in the cover letter? There's introduction. You have to introduce yourself. A brief review of the applicant's qualifications, experiences, specific examples of relevant achievements, and a closing statement expressing gratitude and readiness for further discussion. You've gotten what's supposed to be there? You're talking of the give overview of yourself. That's the introduction part of yourself. Brief overview of their qualifications, your experience. You have to demonstrate be specific, giving examples that are very relevant. Also, remember, those examples have to be relevant to the job that you're applying for. Relevant achievements. And at the end of it, you need to put a closing statement that you are available for further discussions to explore more on that application. It's usually structured. In a formal business letter format, whereby you have your contact information and the date. You have the employer's contact information and a professional salutation and closing. You have to say, "Dear sir." You have to put the reference, the heading in the cover, then the body, the content, as we have discussed, and the final salutation, which you can use warm regards or the kind regards at the end. The cover letter, don't make cover letters to be 2 pages, 3 pages. A cover letter needs to be a 1 page. Unless otherwise paid by the institution, you or 3 pages. Even at times, the institution dictates the number of words to be used. If you don't know the details of the employer, please use Google, check, go online, research, search about. Yes, you can use the you use yours sincerely, then your name, signature, your name.
Yep.
You need to be able to go online and research about the employer. If you are talking about Finlays, you have to go online and research about Finlays. If you're talking about Nyawira's business, you have to go and look for. If you're talking about like this, when we want to go for studies, we research for institutions. We have to research about those institutions and get to know them. Okay. The format of the cover, I've said. I think Kade, I hope you are listening. We have said the format is usually a structured format in a business format of the cover letter. You have on one side, at the right hand side corner, you'll have your details, your information, your details there. Then on the left side, we will have the employer details. Then salutation, which is the dear madam. Then the heading, which is the reference or normally we use a Then application for research officer position. If it has a specific code for that position, you put that code there and underline. Then you start the content of your cover letter. Then at the end of the cover letter, also side, which is kind regards, your or warm regards, signature, and your name down there. Then we'll go to we have gone through the how to draft the email. The email is part of in a way it's part of your cover letter, but the advantage of the email is you can detail as possible. And like a cover letter which will be summary, then they can restrict you to a certain number of words. But in an email, you can be in a position to put details as much as you can. Then the attached cover letter summarizes your CV, your resume or the CV. So the two words interchangeably, they use interchangeably. Okay. Then there are some of those people. Let's say you're applying for a scholarship. There's some of the institution which will ask you for statement of purpose. What is this statement of purpose? It's commonly used mostly in graduate school applications because that's where it's most common used, or people who wants to do research fellows, people who wants to make programs. Because the statement of purpose, it outlines the applicant's academic and professional background and career goal, such interests and reasons for pursuing the program. NGO can ask you for a statement of purpose, like why do you want to come to us? Because Why do you want to work with us? Them, it's asking you for a cover letter, they'll ask you for statement of purpose. Why do you want to work with us? Okay. And when we are talking of what are the content to be in that statement of purpose, we'll be looking at the introduction, followed by your academic background and achievements, your areas of research of interest. If that NGO is a research institution, does it deal with humanity? Is it a humanitarian? Is it a research? Is it a policy? Your area of interest and goals, relevant experience in regards to what they, and conclusion summarizing your aspirations and alignment with the institution. So that is one of the key things that you should also we look at. Okay. Caution in terms of if an institution wants you to write in terms of the handwritten cover letters, it's just how you take your notes. They want to know, most of the time you might be in the field and areas whereby you can't use your phone or your laptop to take notes, maybe because of the charging issues, the electricity, access to electricity. So if you write your notes in a book, will someone position to understand what you've written down? So they try to find that as an aspect if your handwriting is readable by other information that you have collected. So that's basically what it is. The format for a state purpose, it's a more formal and academic style, because that's most of the time those statement purpose are, with clear headings and section addressing specific aspects of the applicant's background and goals. So you'll find these specific head, and in that you'll find in the statement of purpose someone has written introduction, academic qualifications or academic background and achievement written there, research interests and goals, or my interests and goals. Find someone has written another heading, relevant experiences, and normally it is between 1 and 2 pages. But the set purpose, most of the time is 2 pages, because you show it's like a concept, what you are putting across, to showcase like why you're interested in that. Okay. So it provides more details of areas of discussions when it comes to either that are face on one virtual kind of then you can be able to get to understand that. So we should not include experiences that are not matching the job description. Yes, please, Ilya, it's very, very important to put experiences that are in line with your job description, because those are the key things that they look at. They want to look at that. What are the experiences in line with this? Because your selling points. What are your selling points? That's your selling point. Okay. So what about the motivation letter? It's often required also in the academic field, programs, NGOs, people who wants to do grants. If you are writing a letter to show interest in studying abroad in a different country, you'll be asked to do it. It explains your motivation, aspirations, and reasons for that opportunity. The content for it, the introduction explaining the interest in the opportunity, and then the applicant's discussion will be discussing on his or her own personal background and experiences, and motivation for applying. Then you'll have a conclusion reaffirming commitment and enthusiasm. So that is the content for that motivation letter. Motivation letter can be compared to a or the statement of purpose. Remember, it maintains a professional and respectful demeanor. That is where now your professionalism comes in. You sell yourself in that aspect. What are the differences between all those three documents? While all the three documents, they serve to introduce, and express your interest in different contexts, and they emphasize different aspects of you as an applicant, your background and your goals. Okay. Each document has unique content requirement tailored to its specific purpose, with a cover letter focusing on qualifications for a job, while statement of purpose focuses on academic and the areas of interest, while the motivational letter is on personal motivation and aspiration. Cover letter is on what? Qualifications for a job. The statement of purpose, it's on academic and your personal interests, while your motivation letter is your personal motivations and aspirations. You need to be very specific. Those are keywords along those qualifications, academics, and interests, aspirations. You can document interchangeably depending on the request from the higher institution. And all three documents typically start with an introduction, because that's why you have to produce introduction that captures the reader's attention of the document, because it has to have the introduction. Okay? They have the expression of interest. They all convey the applicant's enthusiasm, interest in opportunities, a job, academic program, scholarship, or grant, name it. They are personalized. Documents are personalized. One of the key things we want to emphasize. Don't use a letter that you used to send to A, the same cover letter you're using it to send it to CBOB. These are two different community-based organizations. These are two different employers who have different goals and targets, who have different area of interest. You have to personalize those cover letters the same way we personalize our curriculum vitae or resumes, so that they meet the set objectives for you to be able to get that job. You have to secure that job. Okay? Any question till there? Wally? I have a job and I'm having an interview on Thursday in a certain CBO. Tito, and all the best. Nervousness will hit you, but remember, you gain your courage when you have spoken 10 words, take charge of the interview. Being anxious is normal. Being anxious is normal. It shows that you have the content. Just ensure you content in your head, right? Talk to yourself in the mirror. Do the dry runs. Do a dry run in the mirror. Do a dry run in the mirror. Present the mirror. Okay? Yeah. Okay?
Yep.
Do a dry run in the mirror. And that one will give you your confidence into that room.
Yeah.
And remember, when you get at times, one of the first question you can ask in that interview room is you can ask for the time, because they introduce themselves. You can ask for the time if they have a specific time given. But if it's an online interview, you are given the timeline, because they'll send you they tell you to run from 10:30 to 11:30 or 10:30 to 11. So there's always those timelines for the interview, so you can be able to know how you work in between your responses. Some of your responses be precise and direct. Some of them expound so that they're understandable. The request. If there's no question, I think we can jump to the other part. The request for a short video expressing expressing the interest in employment become increasingly common in the today's job market. Do you know what are the reasons? One of the key reasons why employers outside there that are requesting for the job of selling, it's like you selling a product, explaining it. It's one, passion. Because that video as an applicant to personalize that interview. It allows you as an candidate to showcase your personality, communication skills, your enthusiasm for in a more engaging and personalized manner than a traditional written up. You can imagine going into an interview writing down. You can imagine you are alone. You're not in front of other people. Like you're because like you see, like the JT is feeling is nervousness. Oh, you're doing it at your comfort.
Yeah.
You're able to showcase that, and you're able to communicate clearly with a lot of clarity. Tell me, which us sit in your mind? The one on the newspaper, the one on YouTube, or the one you listen to on the radio? Which one stays in your mind? Which one stays in? The one you listen to on radio, the one you read on news, or the one you watch on TV, or you watch it on YouTube? Which one stays in your mind? Which adverts stay in your mind? Is YouTube, the ones on the TV, TV, the what it says TV, me, YouTube brand. Do you know the reason why? The visual effect has the highest impact on job recruitment. The way Emilia presented that video, it was so catchy. It was so eloquent. There was a lot of enthusiasm. There was a positive energy in the video. There's that high affinity and high degree of the visual impact. Videos can make a stronger impact than written documents alone. They allow you as a candidate to visually demonstrate your skills, a creativity and professionalism, which can help the recruiter. Okay? Because how they make stand out from other applicants. That is the reason why, even in the household, in your household, if you have kids, your kids will remember all the adverts on TV than what they hear on a voice radio somewhere. Whatever is written there, whatever is watched on the TV, that stays in anything else. So the recruiter, best video that will be sent out, the recruiter will remember that video and they will go back to it and revisit, and you will stand out among all other applicants from that. Thirdly, there's efficiency in those videos. What do you mean by efficiency? The employer will watch a short video that is quicker, more efficient way to evaluate, because it's an efficient way to evaluate, compared to reading through a 6-page resume and letters. Yeah. The video provides more immediate sense of candidate's personality and suitability for that role.
Okay.
Because you can imagine you have just sent out a 3 minutes video. Do you know how much you can say in a 3 minutes video clip? Do you know how much you can say in a 3 minutes? A lot. A lot. You can say a lot. And that one, the impact, if it's well drafted, and please remember, when you are creating this video, don't just start from nowhere. No. Sit down. Pen and paper. Write down everything you want, market yourself. And what is your value adding? Okay? A CV is something that, yes, made it for you. Do you even know your own CV? Have you gone through your CV to understand it properly? You see, that is the biggest problem also. You say your CV needs to be revamped. Yes, you to get the job. But you haven't mastered your CV even during that interview. You don't know your CV in and out.
Yeah.
So the reason why the videos now, they're becoming the new trend in the market, to authenticate that CV that you send out.
Yeah.
To authenticate that CV that you sent out. Is it true? Is it you? Is it Magda? Is it Oba?
Yeah.
Authentication. Okay? We offer a glimpse into the candidate's authenticity and demeanor, helping employers to assess the and interpersonal skills that may not be as evident from written materials.
All right.
Some will look at how you have dressed up, your gesture of hands, your facial look, expressions. Some that have cognitive skills, where even how your muscle, the movement of your mouth, your eyes, your body skin movement, they can tell. The tone of your voice, they can tell.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Then lastly, we are in the technology era. We are in the technology era. So there's that aspect of technology accessibility. We have a widespread of availability of smartphones, webcams, and video recording softwares. It's easy to use technology to be able to send out the information that is required without any way around. So when you are creating the video, how do you do it? Introduce yourself. Start by your name and the position you're applying for. Your name, position you're applying for. 2, your brief background. Give a brief background. Provide a concise overview of your relevant education, experience, and skills that make you a qualified candidate for the position. Okay? 3, the interest and enthusiasm. Express genuine interest and enthusiasm. Be passionate for the role and the company. Highlight what excites you about the opportunity and why you are passionate about working for them. Show that you know the organization also, because that's where that enthusiasm comes from. The passion and why you want to work for the organization. It's by, I know the organization. I know the mandate of the organization. It's a selling point. There's one of the key things that we keep on mentioning on this. Yes. What is your position? What is your value addition? Just apart from that, being given that job, what is your value? Value proposition. What is that skill that you have that you know you can use it to that? Like, if you look at me, Dr. Espira, if you look at me today, will you say I have a skill in professional? You won't know. You can't tell. I have a very good skill in professional photography. When the communications team is all of it is out in the field, and you have a meeting in the office, who can come in handy to do videography and still images for the office? You come out and do it. What is your value addition? Do you have a leadership? Have a mentorship capabilities? You know, what is your value addition? What is that skill that you know you have that you can add and get impact? Okay.
Yep.
Number 5, professionalism. Maintain a professional demeanor. Throughout the video. Dress appropriately. How do you dress? Speak clearly and confidently. Don't start a video and your TV is on. Okay? You're doing something else that is not right. Okay? So there's a lot of distraction around. Okay? Your background should be free from distractions.
True. Yep.
Call to action. Close the video with a call to action, such as encouraging the employer to further discussion or to review your upcoming application materials. I am available for further discussion. I look forward for your call or email to discuss on my experience and qualification for this position. I look forward to be of my institute and improve your reach within the African context on using data for evidence decision making across Africa. Like you make that when you're exiting. So I believe if you cover those 6 areas when you're making that video, you'll get a lot of calls up, follow-ups, and be able to do that. Just try and practice. If you know you're not a very good communicator, practice it. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Mirror. Mirror.
Wow.
Talk to that mirror. And you will execute that interview and you'll be called. Thank you. Any other question? I'm to answer it.
Wow.
Any questions?
What are you? Yes.
What if you want to apply for a new job that you don't have experience? What do you write? Mishka, you need to have a little bit understanding of the job. You can't just apply that you have no clue what it is. I always believe when you're applying for that, you might not have the 20 years, 5 years, 3 years experience that they need, but you have some sort of understanding and know the job. And you can put things in your resume or your cover letter that are in line with what has been described there on that job. Carol, you look at the job description. Look at the job description. From the job description, you are in a position to look at you're applying for this job because it's in your career path. Look at the job description. What are some of the key things within that job description that you already hold within your career path? Start with those ones and explain them very well. And some of the key things you can say you can learn on your job, on job training. I am a fast learner. Where I fall short, you see that what is your, there's a question in interviews where they'll ask you that question that Nyawira, that always they ask you about you. What
your weaknesses?
Yeah. Yes. You can, but now the good part you can use, where I fall short, I'm a good fast learner on job training. I can be trained and be able to adapt to the new changes. Yeah. It's by how, Sultan, is how you express yourself. Most of the jobs, they need was confidence. I remember when I was in my undergraduate, I was topic that I know anything about. And I remember telling Prof, I will do my research, but I know at one point the things I'll be talking, I'll be lying. Unaambiwanga kitu moja. You will speak the things you know very well. And the things you don't know, if you're adding some lies in, you are have confidence to an extent that the person the person who knows the correct answer, person anajidoubt mwenyewe. You know, that confidence, you see that confidence itself gives you the mileage.
Yeah.
It gives you the mileage. So always confidence in you that, you know what, I can do it, I can make the change that is required.
Yes.
So with that, it enables you to make everything that you need. So have confidence and be on top of your game. When you after the interview, always ask the question, what is my expectation? When should I expect feedback from you? They'll tell you 1 week, 2 weeks, and then after the 2 weeks, if you haven't gotten feedback, you can be able to send an email. I'm doing a follow-up on the interview that I took. I would like to know the status if I qualified, so that I can get to know the way forward. So that follow-up is fine, but they say they'll get back to you on this date. So yeah. Thank you so much, Karem. We are glad that you have learned something. Yes, J Tito. Someone is insisting on portfolio. What would you like to understand about portfolio? Because you know, portfolio is it has a lot of things to be done. Huh?
Yeah.
Carol, what do you want to understand about portfolio? In portfolio, in terms of the work samples, projects, accomplishments, achievements. What do you want to understand about portfolios? Because a portfolio, you know, it's creating a visual representation of one's professional, or creating the abilities that are used in various fields. Yeah. I hope you get me, Carol. So you need to be specific, then we can schedule that, because I know it depending on which field you are in. So it depends portfolio in what field. Are you talking about, if you're talking about what's work sample, you're talking of projects, assignments, or tasks completed by the individual. That's a portfolio. Visual media portfolios, image, video, multimedia presentations. Description and explanations, that which is contextual. Portfolios in terms of what? Resumes, a summary of individual's education. What? There's a portfolios in terms of testimonials. So it's quite a huge, you know, because that one, if you want to do a portfolio, it depends which area of portfolio you want, because they're commonly used by job seekers or applicants to showcase their qualifications and experiences to potential employers, by freelance or independent professionals to attract clients and projects, so by clients or artists to display their work of academic institutions or galleries. So it has to be very, very, yeah. When some of the some institutions, and that's why I always say, will tell you if you hear a response from us in this number of days, consider that interview answered. So if you send them an email and they don't respond, let's move to another position and apply.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you to Cheche. ATS friendly CV. Those ones I'll allow Nyawi to take up on those ones. Sindio Nyawi? Someone is
That's
talking of
okay. That's
ATS
fine.
friendly CV. ATS friendly CV.
That's fine.
Any other questions? Sorry. Thank you so much, Mishka.
Any other question?
I think what Meshiba, there's a lot of information or Meshiba they're digesting.
Thank you, Lishi. There's a query for you, Daktari.
Which one?
Emilia says, if applying for the same position to different organizations, do I still need to personalize my cover letter linked to each specific position?
Yes, you can be applying for a research officer position. Let's say, let me use these international organizations. So we have International Red Cross Committee, AMREF, World Vision. Okay, those are 3 institutions. These 3 institutions, the cover letter is not because the descriptions are not the same. You'll find all those job descriptions are completely different. Then your cover letter, there's a you need to show that you understand the organization you're applying. So that part it has to change. So yes, you might be applying for the same position because the job description, the institution is different, and you need to show that you understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any other questions for Daktari? Ama, what do you say? You can say something positive about the session. Ask a question or just say something.
Attachment is part experience, busy.
Jibu Gabu. There's a query by Gabu. What is the need for a cover letter when all the details are on my CV?
I don't want your CV. I want to read your CV. I read that one page that gives me tells me who is Gabu. I don't have time for efficiency. I just read cover letter, one page later, and I can be able to tell who is Gabu and see if he or she replies or not.
Yes. Wow.
That is the
This
reason
was
why you need that cover
informative,
letter.
daktari. Sorry. What are the keywords wanataka sana kwa hiyo cover letter?
Rockwell, most of the times you are skilled and talented. So look for jobs that have a position. You start from down and grow because you have more skills. You'll grow from that job. On job training and doing online certifications, you grow.
Is internship part of employment, or is it just internship on its own?
Part of the experience. I've said it's part of the experience.
Lishi is asking about cover letter. You must have missed the session. If you missed any part of this session, this live is going to be on our YouTube page, Miss Nyawira
about
Giks.
cover letter.
They must have missed the first part of the session. Yeah, you can catch it up on YouTube, Miss Nyawira Giks. Okay. By when? We would say by Monday. Yeah, by Monday. I've heard you mention severally about NGOs. Can I reach you out for guidance on upcoming interviews?
What exactly would you like to know about the interview? Is it an interview prepare? If say thinking Nyawira will help you out and the team to prepare. If you want specific questions about that, yeah, it's fine. You can reach out. And I think the best part is for you to reach out now before I get to. I know Kenya time is what time now? It's going to 11 or midnight.
Midnight, 11:30.
Midnight. 11:30. No, for mine is it's still very early, so you can call.
Okay.
And,
I think they're happy.
Nyawira knows how to read my number. Mi sitaki kuisoma nikaharibu.
Wacha niwapatie namba ya daktari. Usiseme ukupatiwa chance ya kujitetea, si ndio? Wacha tuangalie hiyo namba tuwapatie. Sasa ukisema hujapatiwa connection, the 48 number 0748, right doc?
Yeah.
Okay. So all right, how about attachment ufanya maths computer science in Mary University? All right, that's okay, we'll check on that. So for you guys that would be interested to reach out to Dr. Eubert, feel free to call him on 07 48 07 48 228 163 163. That's his number. Yeah. Someone is asking for, not someone, Buddy is asking for your LinkedIn details. I think she would like to link up with you.
All my names. That's the way my names appear on my TikTok. You just go there, you'll find the same account.
Yep.
I don't use pseudonyms, so that's the problem. I don't use pseudonyms. I just use my names.
Yes. Someone says repeat the number.
Nasema urudie namba.
Tafuta kalamu na karatasi basi akuje. Are you ready? So 0748 228 163 0748 228 163. All the best, guys. All the best. So reach out to Dr. Eubert on any queries you may have. Tulisema nini etiquette, si ndio? Etiquette first, eh? Yeah. What do I say, Doc? Jamani. Thank you so much for this session.
You're welcome, dear. Anytime, my dear. We end this together. We help where we can, and hopefully everything works out perfectly. Oh, and
Yeah.
also remember, you create the group for pick it up.
Yeah. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Our agreement is with Dr. Eubert is to have a few people mentored. So for that purpose, we're going to have some groups, okay? We're going to have some groups. We make them some sort of a cohort, cohort 1, cohort 2, cohort 3, because we cannot mentor everyone at the same time. So for that purpose, I'll create a group and you can join. So I'll talk about it on Monday, right? Then I'll let you know where to find that group where both I and Dr. Eubert can access it. So if you like to be mentored, and then it will be much easier because it will be much easier for you guys to reach out to him on the group. Yes. So I like what you're doing, guys. Thank you, Mike. So yes, so let's get to do that. I'll share the group on Monday. Monday, what time? 8:30 p.m. Monday night. I'll share that on Monday night. Yeah, and we can begin. We can begin on that. Yeah. So, what's the last thing you'd like to say, Daktari? Tukimaliza.
For me, continue. Hopefully, we'll be able to, as it mentioned, catch up with some of you when I get to Kenya. So I'm optimistic. So let's see what pops up at that time when I get to Nairobi. Thank you, and everyone else. Have a lovely night. Enjoy your weekend.
Exactly. So, asante sana, Doc. So I hope you've learned something, and I believe you have. So yeah, wish you the best. Tukutane lini? Kesho. Tukutane kesho 9 a.m. 9 a.m. kesho. Then again maybe tonight, kesho jioni tena. Mlale salama. If you have any queries, you know how to. You have Doc's number, sindio? You also have my number 0702 622 961. My number is on my bio. So isikusumbue sana. Good night too and be blessed. Aya, so mlale salama. Doc, thank you. And good night. Bye-bye. All right. Bye, everybody.